guys that came up sick today, and a ton of them were key contributors as well. So very proud of the group, going on the road in the division again, getting a huge win.
This sets you up next week for winning the division titles right there.
Yeah.
So, I'm assuming you're not going to have to use the disrespect thing for that next week, right?
No, we had a pretty chippy battle against those guys the first time we played them. Know that it's going to be a physical football game. They're coming off, I don't know what obviously they're up to, but they came off a good win against Kansas City, physical football game. We know what kind of players they have, and that quarterback keeps getting better. So, yeah, this is definitely an opportunity for us to continue to ascend and get better.
Jarian Jones came up big
again.
Keeps making plays.
Again, I'm so proud of him. He has earned so much trust from not just the players, his teammates, but coaches, staff. Every time he's out there, you just feel him. You feel him at practice, you feel him in the walkthroughs, you feel him. And I'm very appreciative of Jarian, the way that he's continued to battle and make plays for our team.
Can you go over the fourth down decision to go for a kick?
Yeah, hindsight, I probably should have kicked it, knowing what was on the, kind of with the way the other side was going at the end. But again, that's the same message from Arizona, that I'd like to be able to close the game out on our terms offensively, and for us to take the necessary steps offensively, we've got to be able to gain a freaking yard, and that's a little agitating, and I'm frustrated with myself because you're like, okay, they were struggling, defense had momentum a little bit there. Hindsight, maybe kick it, force them to be a little bit more aggressive, and knowing that they were struggling to push it down the field a little bit there, but I'm probably, I want to teach these guys how to go finish the game on the offense's terms.
Can you go over not taking the defensive penalty?
Yes, because you end up getting you don't want it. The first down doesn't matter. So the snap, second one, you think you're going to be able to gain a yard. And so that if you go 2nd and 1, you're going to eat up more clock on that, make them burn a timeout. Now you got a fresh set of downs. So that's the point of that.
Coach, 2 rushing touchdowns for Trevor. Was this something pre-season that you could see untapped potential for him?
Not really. I think he's always had some natural athletic ability. I thought our coaching staff did a really nice job of the quarterback draw today, scheming it up. It was similar to the one that we ran against the Raiders, I believe it was, but a little bit different formation. It was actually off of a play we had run against them to Jacoby for a touchdown in the first time that we played these guys, and kind of felt like they would adjust to that, and they did, and our guys executed it well. So really proud of Trevor for the competitor that he's been and the way that he keeps playing for us.
What about the job you guys did on Taylor?
Yeah. What was he, 69 yards today? Rushing. So, that you could definitely tell early on they came out with a mindset and mentality that they wanted to establish him and get the run game going. I thought they did a nice job early on in the game running the football. We made a couple adjustments, especially to when they were in 12 personnel. We were playing a little bit of big nickel. We adjusted to that, played a little bit more heavy base personnel, and I think our guys did a nice job of mixing up the front structure, not just giving them 4-down structures to play with. And our guys did a great job digging in. I thought Trayvon Walker, TFL, at around just about plus 50 around that area, plus side, was a huge play because it really knocked them out and made them get into a throw game.
And 2 red zone turnovers today. Obviously, those things can't.
Disappointing, especially when you look at the way we were moving the ball and executing a lot of good things. You look at that first couple drives, he checked out a zero against zero blitz a number of times and hit big plays, and I thought Trevor was seeing it very well. He was getting us in and out of the right plays. We just kind of tricked it off in the red zone a few times. So frustrating, can't do it. We were 7 of 14 on 3rd down and 2 of 5 in the red zone. So that's typically, we've been better in those situations, especially the red zone recently, and today we weren't.
Parker Washington, another 100-yard game. Coach, this guy just continues to compete each week. Talk a little bit about him.
Yeah, he's so reliable as a competitor. You know where he's going to be. You know what he's going to do. You know way he's going to prepare throughout the week, and Trevor trusts him. There's a trust level there. There's a continuity there. They've been playing together for a number of years now, and third downs, whether it's running away, zone, he has a good football feel, and he's been able to make people miss and have a lot of run after catch, which really helps your offense.
Defense allowed, I think, just one long drive today. Just how did you feel about how they played?
Yeah, I think they played pretty well. They had 204 yards total offense. They were 2 of 3 in the red, 4 of 11 on third down. 0 for 1 on the fourth down there. I think they played pretty solid. We just didn't really play as well complementary. Like, we would score, then they had a big return, right? And then that sets up a short field, and then they're in a little bit of a bind there. So I just don't think we played great complementary football, probably as well as we had been. But, man, they played stingy. They played tough to only allow 17 points in a game like that. That's huge. That was an offense, regardless who was playing quarterback, that was reeling for a long time. It was like one of the best offenses in the NFL for a long time, and they got some weapons. So proud of our guys and the coaching staff for doing a nice job defensively.
How have you been handling your messaging in terms of goals? If we have the division with possibly the 1 seed, how has that been going this time of year?
Yeah, we talked about that on Wednesday. We didn't even address making the playoffs as a team. We haven't really talked a ton about goals, about the division, playoffs, conference, Super Bowl. We have not had any of those conversations as a team. Not really on purpose, more so just because you're really trying to focus on getting better, because there's so much to coach off of every week for us. And even through a lot of wins, we're able to coach off a lot of stuff, and keeping the mindset pretty singular on 1-0 each week. That's just been the mindset and mentality that these guys have had, and I've appreciated that, and we fed off of each other that way.
Coach, thank you. We're going to have Johnny Jones in here.
Great.
Very quickly.
Thank you, guys.